Hi, this is Haidar Osmani, an English language teacher. Well, these days we have received lots of questions from our students. More especially, the questions were, were normally about speaking, skill, like how to build up, speaking. We have received lots of questions, but step by step, we'll make a good video. Students will be inshallah taking benefit from it. Well, the questions that I have recently taken is from one of our online students. He asked me a question, that, sir, can you tell us that normally when we are speaking, when we are writing, we cannot write, we cannot speak the way native speakers are doing, the way you are doing, the way you speak, the way you do. So we cannot speak, we cannot write the way you do. So he also asked that my major problem, that when I'm writing, when I'm speaking, my major problem is that I forget words. When I'm writing directly, so words disappear from my mind on that time. So he asked about advice, that what is the problem with my mind and how can I solve this problem. So as far as the question is concerned, it's not a question of one student, or not only a student is facing, but I have received lots of questions from people, and it's the question that many people are asking and many people are facing. Before coming to the solution, and before sharing the solution to you people, first of all we need to think about the causes of the problems. Every time, if you would like to find out the better solution for a problem, so first of all you have to find out the better causes. The accurate causes will lead you to the accurate solution. If you find better causes, definitely you will receive better solution. You will figure out the problem in a best way. So for finding out the best solution, I will tell you that first of all, if I ask you a question that what you have eaten in the morning, what you have eaten in the afternoon, what you have eaten, for example, last night, it's a tough question. You cannot answer this. But if I generally ask you that what type of food you like, directly you can tell me, because you can recognize that what type of food you have. So we need to accept this, that human minds are forgetful. We normally forget things when we are doing anything, after an hour after, or the day after that. If somebody asks us that what you did yesterday, directly we forget that what we did yesterday, what was our yesterday's work, what we did there. So human minds are forgetful. They normally forget things sooner. So we need to accept this. For example, let me talk about movies. If somebody tells you that, come on, tell me the names of the 10 best movies of Bollywood and Hollywood, you will be sorry to that, because you cannot recall those names instantly. You cannot do that. Why? Because you cannot recognize them. You are forgetful. So, but if I ask you that which movie you like the best, so you can easily answer that, because this question seems easier than that question. So after all, all these things were only to satisfy you psychologically. Everybody should get satisfied that this is our nature and we are forgetful. We normally forget things, so we need to accept this. What is the solution for this problem, that my words disappear during conversation, when I'm writing, when I'm speaking? So I look for words, I search words. So what is the problem with my mind? The best solutions, I'm going to recommend you all in this video. There are many better ways, or there are many ways to solve this problem, but I have chosen the best two among them. First of all, that if you just want to be good in speaking, in writing, so the first thing is that try to spend more time on in reading and listening. This will have a direct effect on your writing and on your listening. For example, if somebody is listening for long times, so definitely this listening will have a direct effect in his speaking. You may have observed many speakers, like for example, if a guy is speaking in British accent, you must have asked, from that guy, that how you just adopt, or how you got familiar with British accent. What is the secrets behind this? So definitely that guy will definitely give you a reply that I have listened a lot to British videos, to British speakers, that's why my speaking is British. If you see the people who are speaking in American accent, so definitely the answer will be that they are spending more time on listening to American accent speakers. So this is normally a direct relation. If somebody wants to be a great speaker, directly spend more time on listening, and if you want to be a good writer, spend more time on reading. Why? Because when you read and when you listen, you can recognize information in a better way, and then directly when you start speaking and you start writing, so you must recall the words or the information instantly to communicate without hesitation, without pauses. This will be like the better way. Conclusion: give more time to reading, give more time to listening, so that you do observation, so that you see different speakers, styles, their speaking style, their wording of expressing the idea. Normally you have to read lots of things, so that you should understand that how this writer explained his or her idea in this passage. This is very important. Now putting things that you have in your mind into words, or putting explaining what you have in your mind in a form of words, in a form of speaking and writing, it's quite tough work. You need to gain experience, you need to read a lot, you need to do your observation and see and experience different types of writers and speakers, and finally you will see a good change. But this change comes steadily. Like, you shouldn't say that today you read a passage or you listen to a video and you directly say that, oh, my writing should be changed, or my speaking must be changed right now. So it's impossible. You need to wait for the changes, because you may have seen like the people who are if we talk about children, they are spending years and years in language acquisition. When they reach to 7 years or 8 years or 10 years, then they get experience in that language. Then they speak somehow fluently in that language. So to speak naturally, you have to apply the solution. The second solution that I am recommending to you all, it's a very interesting solution. Normally, the solutions that I'm telling you, it's based on my experience, and I've seen many speakers, many students, many people that they are having such problems. Normally, you may have seen some people that they cannot, like while they are speaking and writing, so they do not have a word, so they do not have a word to explain that one in speaking. So directly they ask from the people that what do you call it for, what do you call for this word in English. So they are disturbing their whole speed, and it disturbs the fluency of that speaker. So this time what we need to do it every time, if you can't say a word in English, directly change yourself and try paraphrasing. Say the same word say the same thing or same idea in your own words. In case that if you can't find like the exact word for that thing or exact word for that idea, so do not stop, do not wait, do not take pause, directly start, keep your speaking, and keep the same speed as you are doing right now, and directly say the same thing in your own word. Try paraphrasing and say the same thing in your own word. This will definitely bring high changes, and you will see that after this you will be speaking with no pauses, you will be speaking with no hesitation. Like your speaking will be like fluent and natural. The best way is to speak fluently and naturally is to implement these two steps that I have recently explained. The first thing was to give more time to reading and listening, to have a direct effect on, or to have a direct change in your writing, in your speaking. I'm giving you guarantee that if you give your time to listening and speaking directly, you will see high changes in your writing and speaking. And the second thing that I told you, it was about if you get stuck, like normally English is a wide language. Normally in English language we have 600,000 words, so you cannot remember all the words perfectly because it's a lot. You cannot memorize all the words. So here what to do if you are speaking indirectly, you forget a word. So you don't have to stop. You have to say the same thing. You have to say the same idea in your own word and try paraphrasing. This will be a better way to keep your speaking in the same speed as you are having right now. Wish you all the best of luck. Try these steps. And when you try these steps, inshallah, you will see the changes. If you have any other question regarding speaking, writing, any other thing, so I can prepare good videos and you can easily watch it. Wish you best of luck. Thank you.